if we can rally around one thing that we can all agree upon, now that don't die. If we disagree one layer above, great.
Wait, I get it. I totally get it. And I hate to reduce everything to if you could kill baby Hitler, would you? But it is sort of a question like that because you would not disagree if I said, here's what we know. We know that AI is likely to spawn some improvements, also certain to kill millions of people. Millions will die because of this. I don't think there's any doubt about it. The chaos alone, right, will cause that. I'd bet my house on that. Right. I mean, I think that's where we are now. We don't have any idea what we're talking about. We can't anticipate the future. We're limited in our foresight and our knowledge, and particularly in our wisdom. I completely agree with all of that. But the idea that harnessing the computing power of machines will inform us to a greater degree ignores what just happened over the last 30 years, where everyone now has the Encyclopedia Britannica, which, as we used to call it, in his pocket in the form of an iPhone, where all human information is available. And people are way more ignorant than they were 30 years ago.
And after the plasma infusion and continued for 6 months, it lessened to a 45-year-old. So his clock dramatically slowed down.
Interesting. Did he feel better?
He did. And his colleagues were saying, what's up? This is, you're hot. You're on fire. What's happening?
And it was plasma from his son.
It was the only therapy that he did.
Does it need to be a blood relative?
No, it just blood typed.
Okay. So now we're getting into the theories about taking the blood of children.
I mean, so this is very common. We do organ transplants.
Inflation is absolutely correct, as PBD was talking about. But the first thing that happened when we went to lockdown, and you're not getting deliveries from 99-cent stores.
Yep.
When you go to lockdown, you hurt the people that had jobs at those stores. You hurt the owner of the stores. And then you turn the page and you go over what happened with inflation. And then with what started with the the riots that happened and concurrent with COVID, you then had this blue cities, I'm talking to you, who didn't enforce the proper law and order.
Well, that's the question. That's the unanswered, the question that remains unanswered. And of course, every religion answers it very neatly and sensibly, I would say, and every religion always has. And it does strike me, if you're looking back into history, that this is the only period post-war, post-World War II, where you've had a society at scale that assumes that there's nothing beyond itself. And so that raises a lot of questions. But the first is, why did every previous generation assume there was a God, but we don't? Were they all insane? Or where did that come from?
If someone believes in God or not, or an afterlife or not, that's great.